women were then like looking for him, like because all the grown-up kids were like looking for him. I think they made a documentary about him.
Yeah, but also he can't go out on nights out because I think he's had something like nearly 600 kids. And so
I think it's more than that.
This is a very interesting conversation to officially go live to the world with.
Yeah, this is
We're a start like we mean to go on, is it, boys?
Yeah, basically. We can hide you for a wee second and then we'll introduce you and bring you back on.
Yeah.
Pretend that we weren't talking about men with 1,000 kids.
Good. Well, Lauren, thanks for coming on.
No worries. No drama.
Excellent.
I'll pretend that Lauren's not here. I had an intro for Lauren, so I will intro her as if she's not here.
Okay.
Tonight on the podcast, we have Lauren Smith, an international sports presenter from Wales, isn't it? I can ask you.
Yeah, I live in Wales.
It is. From Wales. She covers functional fitness events, rugby, cycling, Hyrox. She commentates on the floor now for WFP. She's done the CrossFit Games. You name it, she's done it in the sports presenting world. And she also is an affiliate owner. CrossFit
All right,
Vale. CrossFit Vale,
CrossFit.
is it? Yeah, Vale
CrossFit. So I live in the Vale of Glamorgan, and we are Vale CrossFit.
There we are.
Good stuff.
And here she is.
Great.
Awesome.
Did ChatGPT pull that one for you?
Do you know what? I actually got that straight off your website.
I thought you might have. I recognized all the words.
Yeah, and then I went on and like made it like that. But I was basically on like
made it better
on the website. Yeah, that's
nice.
Fun.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's fun. I enjoy these kind of loose, entertaining chats.
God.
Yeah, this is anything but professional, but we'll try and.
Okay, I prefer that.
We'll try and keep it to your standard as much as we can. So, Lauren, do you mind me asking where you were born and where you were raised?
I was born in Solihull, Birmingham.
Right.
Which is not like, if you think about accents, that's not what a lot of people would expect. But I spent... Yeah, exactly. My cousin still sounds like that. But actually, I moved around loads growing up. My parents were doctors, and we, up until kind of like like secondary school, I moved about Shropshire, Worcestershire, the Midlands, and we bounced around quite a bit. My mum bought and developed houses as a side hustle, and that's kind of what we did. But Shrewsbury was probably most of my childhood, or at least that was where most of my schooling was.
Right. Okay.
Where are we going?
Awesome.
Where's Shrewsbury?
I was literally about to ask, what's closest to Shrewsbury that I would know?
Go west of Birmingham. It's in between Birmingham and Wales on the Welsh border.
Birmingham.
It's
what
really
accent
good.
is that?
Yeah,
Birmingham. Is that a good accent? Birmingham.
It was
For the Americans.
A solid accent.
For the Americans, this is Peaky Blinders over here.
Yes. Good shout.
And if you've watched the Last Kingdom,
yeah, God, he's good.
This is where all the redheads live.
The Shrewsbury's taste like Shrewsbury's.
Shrewsbury. Right.
That's a Super Trooper reference, but it's
if you know anything about mountain biking, a number of the best mountain bikers of the world seem to come out of Shrewsbury and just west of Shrewsbury.
Do you know
from this
I
part of England?
Yeah, I had that exact conversation today. So my client is taking her son there. This literally, they're on the boat as we speak, going to Wales, and they go in there, and he didn't know. He's only 11. He didn't know, and I said to him, some of the best downhill bikers, mountain bikers,
all of them
are Red Bull sponsors. Like, you go.
No, I was going to say because you used to do the presenting for Red Bull.
Honestly,
did you not?
Such a passion of mine. Yeah, downhill mountain biking, cross country mountain biking. It's amazing. Like, what a sport. And these athletes are insane. You know, like, it's so different to the sport that I cover now in fitness. It's just like the level of like for us, it would be terror. For them, it's another day in the office. It's like,
did you
so
ever come
mental
up to Fort
as well
William?
as skillful.
Yeah. Did you ever come to Fort William for it? Yeah.
Do you want to know why I never went to Fort William? It was because it was the same weekend as the CrossFit semifinals. So Lowlands.
Because I went up to the Fort William. It's the only one I've ever been to, and it's because one of my clients does downhill mountain biking, and I went up to the Fort William event. It was the first one it was the only one I've ever seen, and it is mental.
Oh, and Fort Bill is like renowned for just being long and physical, and like it's always like so wet, and there are midges everywhere. It's not something like I go to Switzerland, I go to America, it's beautifully sunny and exciting. Then you go to Scotland, you got Fort William.
Who's the top boy coming out of there? He's like the best in the world. He's like they do all the videos of. There was a drone video they took like 3 or 4 attempts to do the whole course behind him. Did you see that? It was a Red Bull video.
I have.
Do you know what I mean?
There are plenty of them. I'm thinking of Red Bull athletes like G. Atherton, Laurie Greenland. Who else has done really well on that track?
There's a guy.
Greg Minar's renowned for that track, but he's not a Red Bull athlete.
Right. Okay. It was.
I don't know.
My son's only, my son's 6, and he started doing
Danny Hart.
Oh yeah, well, Danny Hart, not a Red Bull athlete, but also in his early career, like that was like his place, right? It was his home track.
I remember that one.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, my son started doing downhill about a year ago. He's only 6, but he absolutely loves it, and I'm terrified.
I bet he's so much better than all of us.
Oh, am I really behind?
Oh no.
No, I can hear.
Well, okay.
Yeah, your son must be so much better than all of us already.
All right. Yeah. He is. He just does. He has no fear.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And where we're at, just the courses are insane where we're at. So it's such a niche sport, but everyone sort of does it in their own little way. It's one of those sports that doesn't quite get the recognition it probably deserves.
I know.
See, when you're 6 years old, when you're 6 years old, you've got no fear.
No.
When you get to our age,
it's like so much fear.
I don't want to fall off a bike going downhill.
100%. I've got Bike Park Wales just like 20 minutes away from my home, and I'll go and I'm like driving with Miss Daisy, like because if I break an arm, like I can't make money and my mortgage doesn't get paid.
Yep.
So I'm just like it's like having the best time at like 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
There we go. Like, getting comfortable before the frontal lobe develops. That's a good shout.
Yeah. I think I've got about 20 years left of that with my boy. So Lauren, as a younger lady, what sports did you enjoy and did you play?
I was very, very into gymnastics. I think most people who end up finding CrossFit were in some way. And I did that up until the age of 16, and I had a really bad accident, and that curtailed the sport for me. But alongside that, I played everything. In school, if you're a sporty kid, you literally get thrown into everything. So netball, hockey, tennis. Then when I got a bit older, I found volleyball, and I played that all the way through to about 23. And I was a position called the libero. So I would come in just on the back as a defensive player. And I had freedom to rotate in and out. And I loved that sport. And then, although I couldn't do gymnastics to a reasonable level anymore, I found cheerleading at university, and I loved that. That was great fun. And then from cheerleading, I found CrossFit, because it's, overhead pressing, throw women in the air, throw barbells in the air. It's a real natural progression.
Do you mind me asking when that was? Wait, like, I might as well ask you, how old are you, Lauren?
I'm 35, so I am old now. Like I'm cruising into middle age.
That's not old. I turned 39 on Sunday. And
happy birthday.
Don't believe it, but he's just held up a mug with 40 on it.
That mug tells us all we need to know.
I was going to say, Jake just turned 40 not that long ago.
That was so subtly done. I appreciate that greatly.
Yon's a monster. How you're drink? I don't know how you drink Monster at this time of the night. Like,
oh no, it's actually that's horrendous.
So here we start. We can start podcasts at 10 p.m. and I'll crack a Monster.
Did you? The whole cheer thing, I'm completely naive to it until the last sort of few weeks. My daughter, who's 8, wants to do cheer, and I've always thought of cheerleaders as like what the Dallas Cowboys girls do on the pitch. I didn't know it was an actual.
That's more dancing, isn't it?
But cheerleader started off as a male sport, didn't it? Before it was women.
And certainly it's massively co-ed over in the States.
Yeah.
I think we struggle a bit more with co-ed over in the UK because of like what it's associated with, which is exactly as you said, Jake. It's like sideline dancing. But actually it's far more gymnastics based. It's scored on like 4 different things. You got your tumbles, your overall choreography, your jumps, and your stunting. And stunting is all like multiple tiered lifting, basically. So you're lifting 1 girl in the air, you're lifting 2 girls in the air. I was not the girl on top, just to clarify. I was very much like a lifter. And it's like throwing people, tossing, and then combining that into a 3 to 4 minute routine with backflips and various jump routines. And yeah, honestly, it was really fun. And for university, like big group of girls all like in a team together doing slightly softer version of what I experienced in gymnastics was awesome.
Is it kind of like the competitions that you would see in the film Bring It On?
Thank you. I was about to say, how have you not, given your age group, how have you not seen Bring It On?
Oh, I was all the time you were speaking there. All I was thinking was,
Bring It On.
It's like Bring It On. Like that's what I was thinking.
And it has Faith from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and she was like the girl growing up, like that badass, like dreadlocky. Yeah, and she was one of the main characters to Bring It On. I think I attribute it to that and her.
Jake's going to pretend he's not watched it now. Look,
I was going to say I don't know if I have. You know,
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I
Bring It On.
Buffy.
Bring It On. Either. No.
Or Bring It On. I think I was in that stage where I was just too cool. Do you know when you're like?
Yeah, see, there we go.
You know, like when you're a mid to late teenager, like, no, I'm too cool for that. It's like someone asked me if I'd watched Shrek the other day, and I've never watched Shrek.
Do you know what? I hadn't watched Shrek until I had a kid.
Well, this is outrageous from both of you.
I know. I feel like I've lost cultural references along the way because of that.
I was a big
especially
American
any
teen.
donkey reference.
Yeah, there we go.
That's the thing, though. I think you do pick up stuff like references and like snippets and like the donkeys, Eddie Murphy, and all that kind of stuff. But I've never watched it because I was way too cool. But my kids are now starting to enjoy films and stuff. Now they can sit down for longer than 10 minutes, and keep concentration. So you were a gymnast, and were you kind of like a regional level? Where did you get to by the age of 16?
Yeah, I'd say top end schools. So it wasn't quite like it. So you had schools and you had club level, like kind of separated, and we were international schools. Oh, sorry, national schools. And that's when I was at like a national schools meet, and that's where I screwed up, over rotated rather horrendously on a vault and broke my arm in multiple places and never came back. Shit,
that sounds very much like my wife. My wife. I've watched Borat. She came off the beam when she was 12, and just completely both like open fracture.
It was so bad.
I'm not laughing at your wife's injury, by the way. I was when you said no, I wasn't. No, I was going to make a comment, and then given our company, I was like, no, I'll refrain.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. I can deal with non-PG.
Yeah,
that's good because we've been holding back all this time.
Yeah, that's handy. But no, she went into synchronized swimming. She was a very good swimmer as well, and she ended up competing at the Olympics in 2012. And again,
that's so subtly. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, I never slip it. I never slip that in. I keep.
What about her? What about her dad? He was an Olympic athlete as well, was he not?
Her dad won the Commonwealth Games for England, and he's currently downstairs outside this window listening. So he won the Commonwealth Games in 1990 in weightlifting, not in synchronized swimming.
That's amazing.
So their side of the family is like very sporty and athletic.
And she chose you.
Well, we've all got our upsides, haven't we?
He's wearing a shirt just now, but he's quite a specimen.
Yeah. I'm you know that Bette Midler song, Wind Beneath My Wings.
Yeah.
That's basically me and Katie, my wife.
I think we could say that's me and her dad.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's me and her dad, yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, it's the new light. It's just the light. It's fine. So you said you found CrossFit via Chia. Was it a referral? Did you get put on the path of CrossFit, or what was it that kind of made you find or allowed you to find it?
It wasn't via cheer. I'd left cheer and I was looking for a community, really. I think like I'd always done team sports, and then suddenly you're out of university, and I was just starting to work in television, and my hours were horrendous. I was working in film originally, and I don't know if you have any experience of that world, but you wake up at 4 a.m. and you go to bed at 8, and you have no time in between. And basically, I was interning on match days for my local rugby team, the Cardiff Blues. And one of our players opened up a CrossFit gym. And I didn't go because it was a CrossFit gym. I went because one of our players had opened up a gym, and we were all invited to come and like experience his new venture. And I walked in, I met my best friends, and I never really left. All right, well, I did eventually because I set up my own one and I moved to London and all sorts. But I was there for a good period of time, and it really like instilled in me like the love for the sport. And incidentally, my first coach there is now our UK manager, like our UK CrossFit manager, Andy Edwards.
Yeah, oh, no way.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I'm trying
to. He lives around the
organise
corner now.
How old were you when you went into that affiliate?
22.
22. Oh, so we're
It
talking.
was 2012.
Yeah, 14 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been in and around it for a while, and I'm still dreadful.
That's the annoying thing, is that I first found CrossFit in 2011, and I first went to an affiliate in 2012, and I did my L1 the same year. And when you tell people you've been doing CrossFit that long, they always go, "Oh, it's like
I know.
It's not like linear progression. I'm not going to the games this year. Like I'm awful. I'm maybe. Is there one thing you're really good at in the gym?"
No, not even that.
Not one.
Bang average. Like, love it though.
Yeah. So that's good then. You're a generalist. That's good.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'm better generalist on barbells than I am on gymnastics. But you know, I mean, we all have our one thing that we narrow in on and follow, and mine's always been my career, right? Like that's always going to be the number one driving force for my goal setting and my life. And then like I guess CrossFit kind of and my athletic stuff has just been supplement to that. It's been my release, my fun, my friendship groups. But it's never been the goal. It's just for a laugh.
Yeah.
Until I made it a business, but that's a different thing.
Yeah. That's the thing. You need to. The beautiful thing about CrossFit is, I think there's a place for everyone in some respect. So you know that you want to be involved somehow, but you got to find what value you can add there. To some, it's presenting. To some, it's being an affiliate owner. To some, it's being a really bloody good coach. To some, it's being in the media. To some, it's just writing about it. So, and we've got so many good people in our space.
Yeah, actually, I really agree with that sentiment. And people connect with it in so many different ways. Like my connection to it as a presenter / journalist side is very different to my day-to-day coaching and running an affiliate and being in and around my members. I find them completely separate for like in a large part. You know, we've got one member who's 78, probably in fact 79 now, and like she's not given a crap what's happening at the CrossFit Games. But then I have other members that come in and be like, "Oh my god, you see what Hilla posted last week?" And like there's such a variation of people in the space and how they connect to it. It's kind of nice.
So
speaking of Hiller, do they come in and like mention his like latest videos to do with like the WFP? Because obviously you now work. You're their sideline commentator, is it? Yeah,
I'm the sideline reporter. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
They did. In fact, it wasn't. It was my coaches. I've got my head coach is very, very invested in the space, and she texted to see if I was okay, which is very nice of her, and I was okay. I actually don't think there's huge parts of that video that like was actually targeting me.
No, so I don't think his video was targeting anything you were doing. It was more just the general, like, the video in itself. You just happened to be at the center of that video.
Yes, I did.
That got his attention.
It's never great. It's never great to be in that position. But at the same time, I've been doing this job a long time. I've had a lot of like decent press. I've had a lot of bad press. And eventually you work out ways of dealing with it. It's actually really shit at times, but you create circles where you find, I guess security in what you're doing, you know, the people that like you can drown out a bit of that noise if it's set to derail you, you know. I remember a really great example was early days mountain biking when I was a bit newer, especially to broadcasting mountain biking. And I would go into the YouTubes we made for Red Bull TV and I'd read the comments. It's always a dreadful idea. Never read the comments. And,
it's like, have you ever
like,
been in the live chat of the CrossFit Games?
I won't. it's not worth like because honestly, it's so loose and like everyone just like, you know what it's like. They just want to write whatever they want to write. But with mountain biking, I read 2 comments and one of them was like, what on earth is she doing here? Like she doesn't have a clue what she's talking about. Like there's no way she should have got this job. And I was maybe 25 at the time. And it screwed me for like 2-3 days of broadcasts. Like I couldn't do my job properly because I was so worried about this one person's opinion. And like from that point on, I was like, I need to find a way of like dealing with that a little bit. And I feel like if you are willing to take the good comments from comments, then you should also need to take the bad comments. Like they should matter equally. Or you don't take the good comments and you don't take the bad comments and you get feedback from the people who are in your kind of initial circle. Like the people that are working with you or who are hiring you or your husbands, your friends, you know?
But I think sometimes not having like the full inside scoop about what you're doing is going to be genuinely quite good because you're asking questions that then you'll get the answers that people at home might not have a clue about either. And it brings out that kind of information. We spoke about this. Garrett, whose channel we're on now, the Glintons, me and Jake ran our show from there, obviously from their channel. Garrett had the enhanced media for the CrossFit Games this year, and she was on sideline reporting, and she was asking questions that the people that have maybe like they might not be that well versed in the community, they wouldn't know the answers to. But it seemed for people watching that are really invested, it might have seemed like obvious stuff, but for other people, it wasn't obvious. So she was asking from a fan perspective a lot of stuff, and that's like I think that's a good position to be in for people that are at home watching.
There's a real mix to it, and it depends. Like it will be a conversation I have with most clients before we even start. Like, who is your audience? Because that will completely dictate what I'm asking. You know, as a presenter or as a reporter, like if you understand who you're talking to and what the target audience that your client thinks is, then you can tailor things. So with Hyrox, we know every week we get a brand new audience because it's growing and it's growing really fast. So every week we get maybe 50,000 new people who don't have a clue what's going on, which means for the broadcast, I start from basics again. And like my first 30 minutes of build up is basics. And then I'll move into the more minutiae for the hardcore fan. Yeah. But I like when you're sideline reporting, asking questions, you don't get that luxury. You get 3 questions, 4 questions. So sometimes it needs to be really basic.
Yeah, I guess it's the nature of being in media. Like you said, it's open media. If it was behind a paywall, it's a completely different feedback loop. And where obviously we're UK based, so we don't have to pay for the YouTube subscription. Like in the US, the games is behind a paywall. It has been in the past, and Rogue and a few things. You said about like the CrossFit Games YouTube chat as being just a cauldron of different things and people and bots and all that kind of stuff. But yeah,
he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. And in my humble opinion, functional fitness sports, they seem to be the majority of the time performed and executed by people that are relatively camera shy, or they definitely haven't had much camera work or practice talking, and they don't seem to want to entertain too much because what they're doing is the entertainment. You go into other sports. One of my friends, my friend's daughter plays for Bristol Bears, Simi. And
I know. I do women's rugby. Simi Pam.
Yeah.
What a freaking legend.
Yeah. Every time she comes because her mum lives on the island, and we call her the Janimal because she's 58 and she's just qualified for the the European champs in both weight and powerlifting. and she's just an animal. And I can see where Simi gets it, but that Simi's got something about her. There's this energy, this passion, this liveliness, the willingness to entertain, and you get that in quite a lot of other sports. But my thought is, we're just not quite there yet. You forget how young both of them are, especially Hyrox. It's
I was going to say, especially Hyrox.
You know, and also, if you look at other sports, like go to an athletics meet, the ones that are the most passionate, the ones that give it the banter, they're the sprinters. They're the ones that have done the work in like 5 minutes. The marathon runners and the ultra marathon runners, they're just the nature of the athlete is just a little bit more subtle and calm, and they just drift away. And I think for the most part, our athletes across the board are more like that generally. And I think it falls on the presenters, the floor staff, and the commentators to fill those gaps quite a lot. And so I don't think people realize how hard your work must be to be able to fill those gaps constantly and entertain. And to supply information where it's not available.
I thought the most interesting difference between coming to, like, I guess an American broadcast sport, because that's kind of what, less so Hyrox, because it's come out of Germany, but certainly with the CrossFit space and the functional fitness space, was that the way that American TV works, you are the entertainer, like the presenter or the commentator is the entertainer. Because that is how their entire format is structured through morning shows, evening shows, that kind of thing. Whereas in the UK and all of my training coming through BT Sport Rugby predominantly, and then Red Bull, where I got a bit more of a freedom to roam, it's very much you speak for the smallest amount of time, you create your statement to provide context, you ask one line of question, and then you allow as maximum as possible space for the athlete to share their views, because no one cares about you, they care about the athlete. So that was how I was trained. And actually I have changed a bit over time because of being in this space and being asked to be more forward facing and like kind of, not like you said, it's not quite filling the gap, but it's providing a space where it's more conversational and less transactional. And I think what that has done long term is created more of a space where we all pull forward together in promoting the sport, as opposed to in football, soccer, in rugby, in like these more formal sports, cricket, where it's much more us versus them. You have the athletes, you have the media, and we're a very separate entity.
Yeah.
Wow, sure. We're really getting into the philosophy of my broadcasting background.
I like it. Do you know, Jon and I, when we first started the Outside the Box show, it was all about, outside the box. So things on the periphery and of CrossFit and other sports. Ideally things that contribute, add value to, and what sources and other information is out there that is missing, that isn't necessarily brought into the box and recognized yet. That was the whole premise of what we kind of thought. And I think CrossFit's got a really good
I started.
Yeah, and it's a really good point. Hang on, should I bring it up?
Yeah.
As long as the media training as a revenue stream for fitness athletes.
Yeah, funny you should say that, because my outside of the affiliate that I run with my husband Mark, and then the TV stuff, I have an agency in Hyrox. And I work with now 13 elite Hyrox athletes on media training, on commercial deals, in fact, like the thing with Hyrox is, and it's not quite the same in CrossFit, is these people, they're predominantly my age, and they have been thrust into the limelight and are suddenly expected to be professionals. Like, how do you handle that as a person? So yeah, like I mean, it's a slightly different revenue model. I don't, go pay me 100 quid and I'll teach you how to be good in front of camera. But I'm working with people I consider like fairly friends, because that is the nature of Hyrox. Unlike other sports I work in, we've all learnt this together. So we're all really quite close. And I am helping my friends find professionalism, newfound professionalism, and what it means to be an elite athlete. And that's like, honestly, that's so fulfilling. It's like as fulfilling as running the affiliate. It's awesome.
And I guess as well,
5 months old.
Brilliant. Awesome. And I guess the difference between CrossFit and Hyrox is one event. So you only get them either before or after the one thing. You can't go to them during the run after the ski. So how did you find, like, you've done, whereas with CrossFit, you've potentially got 10 to 15 events to catch them and to interview them and ask them how the last one went. So it's a very different position that the CrossFitters tend to find themselves in, I guess.
Yeah. And there's like, it's a different broadcast entirely. It's a kind of like, for non-TV people, it's quite hard to explain that Hyrox is packaged in a way that actually is really suitable to like the casual fan. It's a race, right? Like it starts, it ends, you see people battling on the way, like, and then you talk to them at the top, you talk to them at the bottom. It's like watching a rugby game or a soccer game or a football game.
Give me 2 minutes.
Oh, he's off. Okay. He's gone. But CrossFit's got so many more nuances and interesting things. And I think if we're not hearing from the athletes, it actually becomes quite hard for people to truly understand, like from the outside looking in, A, the athlete's journey, and B, actually like where they are in the overall leaderboard. And that's like probably why we play more of a pivotal role in the explanation there, because it's not quite as clear cut. You could be watching someone come bottom of their heat, but they still go on to lead the overall just because they had that much of a points buffer. And that's where we play a bigger part. Speaking to them after every event, that's tough, right? Because I feel like and something I'm quite passionate about is these guys as athletes, they have very few parts of the year where they can share their story. They have, you guys, there's loads of amazing podcasts in which they can, but on the live stream, when all eyes are on them at like the pivotal points of the year, there are very few moments. So that 1 3-minute interview I do with someone has to be 3 minutes of showing the best of themselves. And probably my approach has always been a little bit different, whereas maybe previous reporters have focused a bit more on the workouts and on the strategy and on how they particularly dealt with that. I try and use at least 2 out of the 3 questions of those 3-minute interviews to ask them about more the contextualize, where are you in your life right now and why is that relevant to what you just did? So you find out a bit more than just it being like a one-dimensional, I'm great at snatch, so therefore I lifted the best. I'd rather find out that, 5 years ago, I tried this very lift and failed and then broke my wrist and now I'm back at the top level and I've just done it. Like that's connected me more to that person and sold more of their story. And for them as an athlete, partners have now invested in them and they can continue their career for another year. So that's kind of how I've approached interviews, or the style of interviewing that I do with people on the floor.
I think the thing that we've lacked, I think the last few years, and the detachment as the sport has progressed away from the affiliate in terms of ability, I mean, there's been a detachment away from what us regular CrossFitters relate to the games athletes over the years, whereas 10 years ago, it was more within reach. I remember in 2013 doing the Open and thinking, I'm going to regionals. I'm going to regionals. And then quickly realizing I wasn't. But it was still a potential there. Whereas now, there's absolutely no... It's very, very different what the top boys and top girls are doing to what we're doing. Over the years, that's become great. And what we've been missing is the relatability to the tip of the spear. And what we've had in the last couple of years, or more so the last year, are these interviews where we get to know about the athletes as a person. And a lot of that has come from, Hiller has done these incredible...
Oh my God, that Gaffy piece was amazing.
There's these behind the scene things, and what it does, it makes them relatable again to us, to the people that make up the 99.9% of CrossFit gyms. It makes them one of us again. And you pair that with all the other changes that are happening at the moment, all the adverts that are going out, the brand assets. It's all starting to become one thing again, which is what we've all been waiting for. And there's going to be holes in in these gaps there that need to still be filled. But again, you forget how young CrossFit is. It's constantly adapting and learning. So I really do feel a change in the air at the moment. I think we're really kind of becoming one thing again. The pyramid is sort of being rebuilt again, and it's pretty much where we all want it to be, which is great. So speaking of CrossFit, Lauren, your gym, your affiliate, did you build it from the ground up? Did you purchase it, or was it your own thing?
Yeah, so we inherited some family money, and and basically my husband, it was COVID, me and my husband were there in London, like, we really want to do this, like, we've been talking about it for years, and finally that gave us like kind of I'm not gonna say financial freedom because it wasn't a lot of money, but it gave us something to be able to do it. And we know, because I travel quite a bit, that we wanted to move back to Wales, which is where my husband is from. So we scoured basically the Welsh coastline in between where he lived and then where we met, which was Cardiff. And we just found this like completely not fit for purpose, but beautiful, slightly rough around the edges, old like hall. It was like a church hall, so the church is next door, and it was like a similarly architecturally designed spot, but it was within budget, and it was in a locality that at the time didn't have a CrossFit gym. So we kind of really took the plunge and just got the building, and it was being used as like a children's soft play. So it was covered in like jungle theme and animals, and like there was an Aztec room, and like it was wild. It was the most incredible thing. And had we not wanted to create a CrossFit gym, yeah, super Crystal Maze like. Had we not wanted to create a CrossFit gym, then we would have just like lived in the carnage that was the jungle. But yeah, we spent then like the summer, and I was back and forth a lot because of Red Bull mountain biking and the kind of hours that had me on. But like literally my husband, his mum and dad, and then me when I was in the country, and then our friends, like it was like a proper labor of love. It was all done by us, apart from the toilets where we got a builder in because we can't do plumbing. But it took us just over a year, I think, from purchase to like a point in which we could open. Cool. We painted everything, and we did all the flooring. We reinforced it with about, I don't even know, it must have been about a foot's worth of of ply. Yeah, I built the website. That's our website. That's our space.
Pretty damn good.
It's a nice space. Yeah.
Oh, the space is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, the website or the space? The space is amazing.
It's good as well, but the space is excellent.
The people in it are amazing, and yeah, and honestly, like I think a huge part of that, like, I mean, I'm gonna sing his praises a bit, but my husband's just like he is a community builder, like it's like innately within him, and he keeps us all running, like he keeps us all together. He's pretty wild, has an actual real job, manages to coach nearly every day.
Wow.
And then I fill in to give him relief when I'm like, well, I've been back a lot more recently, so which is one of my future ambitions, not to travel so much. But yeah, we made this incredible place.
How many staff members do you have at the affiliate?
We have one. I'm not going to say full time because it's not quite full time, but we have a head coach who does our CrossFit programming, and then we have like probably 5 coaches who float in and out, do like a shift a week or 2 shifts a week, and then Mark and I are there like as often as we can be. So that's like we'll be there every day in some capacity unless I'm away.
And how many members do you know? Yeah,
we've got about 170.
Wow, great.
Yeah,
that's really good. And
there's a mixture of class passes as well as like 3-day a weekers and full memberships. But yeah, we found a system that really works for us without having to constantly like generate like advertising and constantly like market. So we do literally we're about to run one next week, so my week has been doing the assets for that and paid ad campaigns and stuff to get it out. But basically Couch to CrossFit, it's a 6-week course. You pay a certain amount up front, and it's basically like onboarding, but we do it 3 times a week, and they create a community before they get brought into a community. It alleviates some stress on our coaches because they have people coming into them that in a smaller group setting have been able to learn the basics, and then they feel like they have a support system when they move into the bigger classes, and they're not overwhelmed by lots of people doing snatch everywhere or clean and jerks. And it works really well. And we do it about 4 or 5 times a year.
Good. Oh, good. Yeah, Jon and I are big fans of the induction process and working to meet people where they're at when they first come in, rather than just thrusting them into the workout of the day with the rest of the class. it's important that they do that as soon as we feel comfortable for them to do that. Obviously, we want them as part of the wider community. But I think the landscape's changed. We used to do that initially. It was there was a foundations course or on-ramp or ramp up, whatever you want to call it. And you used to do a course before you went in. Somewhere along the line, with most boxes, that became non-existent. It was, no, we want you to be part of our community. It's for everyone, or anyone. You can go to the workout. And it's like, you cannot possibly expect to take a brand new beginner that's never even heard of a squat before and dedicate your time to doing
enough time. Yeah,
you need to go through basic movement patterns, which is what the level 1 really is. You know, what you want to run with a newbie is a mini watered down level 1 for someone to enter. That's basically what we're trying to do with a foundation on ramp.
Assuming that's how you came through, because it's how I came through. I had one-on-one foundation course. Yeah, it's definitely the way back in the day.
I stopped competing powerlifting and went into the CrossFit gym, and even though I'd trained for years, was qualified, the affiliate owner there still made me go through the 6 weeks fundamental course because I hadn't done CrossFit. Yeah,
because then when you hit CrossFit, you feel capable and empowered, and it's fun, and you're still learning, but at least you kind of know what's happening.
Yeah,
my favorite moment of being a coach ever is when you first get to tell people about what they're about to do. And that goes across the board. It's like, for example, I've written the programming for next week. Next Wednesday, gym exclusive on the island. It's Fran. We've got Fran next Wednesday.
Amazing.
And probably across the 5 gyms, there's probably about 200 people that have never done Fran before and don't know what to expect. And the exciting bit is me writing up what Fran is and what to expect and how it's going to go. And I love that. I love watching that. And on that day, I'll make sure I go to as many of the classes just to spectate and watch that moment. And the dread that as soon as I click live, which I did do earlier, all the members that have done Fran now know next Wednesday we're doing Fran, and they're not going to sleep well for the next week.
That is brutal. That's so funny.
And it's like when you go to your level 1 and someone will say, oh, we're doing Fran at the weekend, like at the end of the weekend, and everyone's worrying the whole time. I had it spoiled for me because somebody told me you don't do it at your L1 anymore, so sorry if you're watching this and I've ruined it for you, but they still tell you you're doing it. And I kind of like didn't have that anxiety because I was told, oh, you don't do it. But I didn't spoil it for anybody else, and everyone sitting beside me at L1, you could tell, like broaching that afternoon workout, they were like, the hands were going and they were like worrying. You could see them like tying the shoes and like they were like,
it's
nervous.
Such a classic. You know how bad it hurts. Like you've done it enough times to know it's gonna suck.
Yeah, and like, and what other setting, like gym setting, are you gonna get that with people from 16-year-old gymnasts that haven't
to a 78-year-old
yet to the 70 or 8-year-old? I was going to tell you about Clive at the gym earlier. I'll tell you later.
No, like tell us about Clive.
It was in context earlier. We were talking about like the older guy at the gym having value. We were talking about having value and adding to the community. And we were talking
Clive's
about
got 500 kids. That's what he was going to say.
That was it. Yeah. No. So Clive has been at the gym about 18 months now. No, I'm going to make this caricature of Clive that doesn't exist, right? But he's this guy that started about 18 months ago. He retired at the age of 65. He's 67 now. And the gents' showers and changing rooms, the door kind of goes out. It shuts inward into the changing rooms. But if it's open, the gym floor is right there. So the gym floor is there, and then the change rooms are here, right, and the showers. And Clive, whenever he walks out of the change rooms, he leaves the door wide fucking open every time. He's doing it on purpose. It's definitely intentional, and he always does it when I've just got out the shower, and so I keep having to run over and shut the door. But Clive is hung like a fucking donkey, right?
Oh.
And that
told you we're not professional.
No, and I know why he leaves the door open, because he wants other people
he's a hog watcher.
Honestly,
he wants to show it off.
We don't have those issues at Vale CrossFit. That's not a thing that happens.
Right. Okay. Right. Anyway, back to the story. What we're talking about.
I've forgotten. I wanted any photos of Clive.
Community. Yeah. CrossFit community. So Fran and apprehension. So you never get that in any other gym setting. Where would you get that? And this is where the sport side of it comes into it. We're at the affiliate, it's gamification, it's accountability, but it is racing in some respect. And because we're having to push those boundaries off more often, and Fran is one of those examples where you're bridging the gap between what the athletes at the games feel like most workouts. We get that opportunity to kind of have a glimpse of what it's like to feel absolutely wrecked. I was going to say after 2 minutes then, but I'll go with 4.
It's never been 2 minutes.
Boy. But yeah, all good.
You can still feel wrecked after 2 minutes. But maybe just not doing Fran.
But I agree with you, right? Like when you're up at the whiteboard and you're explaining what's going on, like I actually tend to go and deep dive into a strategy and how I would approach this, like how you're going to break it up, like at what point are you going to put your foot on the gas, like when you're going to take it off, where are you finding your brakes, like what is your approach to this workout to get you through to the end under a time cap, and that's part of the fun for me. And I find that they're so symbiotic, sport and affiliates, in that way. And a big reason why I fell in love with CrossFit was because it was a sport. And whilst I'm never going to reach it, there is this unbelievably tangible end goal for someone who really applied themselves. And it's one of its nicest qualities.
And so talking of the tip of the spear and the game, the game side of stuff, WFP, were you, is it Copenhagen, the third? Is that
Copenhagen's the third. We've got Misa literally next week.
Yes,
in Arizona.
Yes, number 2. Yeah. And I saw Jeffrey Adler's pulled out today.
I saw that on his Instagram as well. Yeah.
Oh right. Okay.
I know nothing further than that though. I don't know who's going up and who's being replaced.
The reason I asked that is because we're on a media email list that Patrick set up for us. We get the emails, and we got that email just as he put his thing. And I was wondering about Rogue, because Jon and I have applied for media passes for Rogue.
Yeah. Rogue's gonna be fun.
Are you heading up there?
So last year I played a crazy role where they handed me a mic and allowed me to fill everything in between sport. So I just created games and I did ridiculously outrageous interviews with drunk Scotsmen, and we sang the national anthem a few times, and we did like cams. So we had like dance cam and Simba cam where people lifted up their babies and me.
I thought you were going to say kilt there.
Oh, I'm sure that existed too, but I probably covered it. And very inappropriate for the children in the room. But no, it was really honestly like in Aberdeen, that comp in Aberdeen is something else. It was unbelievable last year. So I'm hoping for more of the same this year.
Because I've just seen that hoping to be there this year.
Yeah, we are. We got, but Stoltman's just pulled out, hasn't he? Because he's just.
I hadn't seen that. Has he?
His biceps just gone.
Luke.
The younger one, can't remember.
Tom.
Tom.
Well, he just competed at the weekend.
Shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Short Classic this weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a shame.
I think it might have gone at there. So I'm just hoping that, and my question was going to be to you, because obviously you bridge the gap very, very well between both
all of these random sports.
Yeah,
all
it's
the
great.
Sports in the world.
Awesome! What an awesome career and job that you've
just don't ask
yourself.
me about football because I don't have a clue.
No, neither do I anymore.
Neither do I.
I watched the game the other day. I was like, I know none of these players anymore. And again, like if you ask me about 1996 to 2000, I can tell you every single Premiership player there was. But like now, I'm just like, nah, I don't know any of these guys.
You mean tell me Michael Owen and David Beckham aren't still playing?
That I was literally about to say. The last game I watched, Michael Owen played. Yeah.
David Beckham's just released a pair of pink Predators.
Oh.
They look amazing, but I'm not going to get them because I don't play football.
I would buy that.
Soccer. But what I was going to say was, Lauren, is that you bridge the gap in media really well between CrossFit and WFP. Have you found yourself commentating or talking about them in any different particular way? Because I think there's a potentially, because of the brand name of the CrossFit Games, we find ourselves being relatable because we did the Open, and we those people have gone further than us in the same competition. Whereas obviously the WFP, they've earned their right to be there in other ways, and they represent themselves, and they're professionalized, and they're earning money from it. Have you found that you and yourself, when you're talking and commentating and talking about it, do you find you have to talk any differently about the two? Although in theory they're functional fitness racing, and they're, you know, like this very, very similar, you know, events. Do you find yourself having to talk differently between the two?
It's actually really interesting. And I mean, yeah, a little bit. So the best example was Indianapolis. 1 week I did Indianapolis, and then the next week I went to the Fittest Experience, which was a qualification route to the CrossFit Games. And I speak way more about the affiliate side and the grassroots of the sport. And when I'm asking questions, I'm very much asking questions that like speak about their experience, like at a grassroots level. Whereas I feel that perhaps in WFP, we're looking at broader sports. So, oh, you've done Hyrox, oh, you've done swimming, you've done whereas I think with, you know, everything CrossFit related, I'm very much like, I'm so integrated into the affiliate side that almost interests me more, is their experience at that like lower level, or that grassroots level, or how they came through. Whereas WFP, I get the excitement of like finding out different facets of the athlete they are today. I think that's probably what I've noticed the most between the two of them. But ultimately, like asking questions about the actual what's happening on the floor is fairly similar, right? You want to give them a platform and an opportunity to show their best selves, and give them an opportunity to speak about what they're comfortable speaking about, but also, you know, the kind of badass shit they just did.
Yeah.
Nate Ackerman on the ropes at TFX was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like that point, like gosh, that was insane. Or Jeff Adler at WFP on the opening workout when it was the running, like wow. You know, like moments like that, like they transcend, right? They're just athlete, just at the top of their game, just absolutely demolishing a workout is still super exciting for any fan.
Do you find the Elite 15 Hyrox just as exciting as seeing like some of the stuff you would see at the games? Or because obviously like you can go at, like I've obviously done like plenty Hyrox now, and watching like the mass field kind of race is a spectacle in itself, because there's so many people out there on the floor. Like Glasgow last year, there was like over 17,000 finishers. When you think of like over 3 days of racing, it's insane.
Glasgow was wild.
But then the Elite 15, there's just 15 of them on there, and it's like watching someone fast. Like I know a lot of like fast people that are going, you know, 60-minute times at pro, but then when you watch the likes of Hunter, Jake Dearden, all that lot, and they're going like low 50s, it's
wild.
It's like it's quite like, do you know when you're talking about the relatability, Jake, to like the tip of the spear in CrossFit to the affiliate? It's like it's so far gone kind of now. It's when you think of people that are doing Hyrox and you think like, oh, I'm really good at this, and then you see them and it's like, oh, nah,
I'm not very good at all.
Yeah.
We all believe we can run a 3-minute kilometer in between those.
Well, not but consistently.
I think the difference being is that I know there's 9 different components to Hyrox, but I guess it's more it's closer to a classic Olympic event, like let's say the 5K or the 100-meter sprint, where 100%. It's very linear and it's all down to the intensity. So we all can run or walk, we can all travel 100 meters. But for some people, it would take 30 seconds, for others 25, for others 10, for others 9.4. There's a very linear perspective that we can get. I think with the difference is with CrossFit, they are like that, but across 1,000 different things.
Like modals, like Hyrox I think it's way more relatable.
Yes, that's what I was. Yeah, it's a lot more relatable in the same respect as like a 5K.
And because it's so
the start, the end, and the middle's chaotic and exciting, and you get sucked in. And I think as soon as you invest in a sport, Like, and for me, that is any sport I work on, right? Like, you know, I've gone from like men's rugby to women's rugby. I've worked in like mountain biking, cross country mountain biking, track cycling, BMX, like all of these different things. Once you're invested, like it doesn't really matter what the sport is. You are in, and you know the personalities, you know the people, you know what's at stake. Like, and you know, you're like, it doesn't really matter the format, because you're invested in the people and the route to that success, whatever that looks like. So I agree, it's much easier to follow something like a Hyrox, but I am no more or less invested in Hyrox than I am watching a 3-day long CrossFit event. Or I did Wimbledon recently, and tennis is a sport that I don't know very much about at all. But as soon as I started getting to know the players and kind of investing in that, suddenly I was like attached to like a couple of their successes, the ones that I'd interviewed or worked with. I'm like, I'm invested in your success, even though I've never followed tennis before really in my life.
Yeah.
Wimbledon was exciting this year.
I definitely didn't watch this year. I did it last year.
Oh, it was good. Oh,
last
right,
year was
okay.
fun.
Yeah.
So, Lauren,
you go.
Sorry, John. So from your perspective, as a, I get, because you're involved, but I was going to ask, if you can somehow detach yourself from your involvement with WFP, how would you like to see them make it relatable or broadcast it to the wider functional fitness community? Let's just say like CrossFit affiliates, right? So me on the Isle of Man at the CrossFit affiliate, what's their next step in trying to get it out there? Because Hyrox have done well, unparalleled, incredible job of getting it out there, and that's through the affiliate scheme and making this event and investing a lot of money. CrossFit, we're obviously 20 years down the road now, so it's had a bit more time, and you've got the CrossFit affiliate system with the open feeding through to it. How do you see WFP over the next, let's say, 5 years? Not necessarily a short game. Do you feel like there should be a mid to long term way of broadcasting and getting more people watching and spectate? Obviously, it's their first bloody year, so you can't expect it's like the CrossFit Games 1, like in 2007 or whenever it was. Like
slow build.
Yeah, how do you think? Because there's a bit more pressure on WFP because the CrossFit Games already exists and Hyrox have done such a good job. I think there's a little bit of perceived pressure on WFP to go straight in off the back of all the other sports that are around already, and people assume, well, they should be able to do it because all that knowledge is already out there. But it's tricky. But how do you think that they can move that on to the affiliate level where people can understand it and watch and know that it's around?
Yeah, I think that's actually, that's really fair. And I probably would say that it would be taking a model that isn't based off the functional fitness space as it is at the moment. Like, what I'd really love to see them do is treat themselves more like a niche sport coming through, like like Red Bull cliff diving. Like Red Bull cliff diving is, I know it's dreamy. Molly Carlson is my personal hero. But like, basically mental. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. And like, I'm like team Red Bull through and through. So of course I watch it. Yeah. I also voice over it. But like, there you have a sport that is fairly easy to understand, granted, because it's diving, but like the scoring system, less so. They do what you see on television is actually not the competition. They do multiple different dives over different days. Some gets cast to YouTube and some goes on their main platform. But what is spectacular is how it is described to someone who doesn't have a clue about the sport. So the way they utilize their social media and their Instagram and their TikTok, the way they put the athlete voices first, it is as much a show as it is a sport. And I think WFP could go like a really long way in like adopting some of those techniques in attracting a casual viewer as opposed to someone who is already, you know, deep within the space. You know, how can you make the sport of functional fitness like applicable to Joe Blogs down the pub or to like a young teen who's really into his extreme sports? Like, how do we move functional fitness into the extreme sports realm? And I think that's a role that WFP could play long term.
So there's two things with that. Firstly, we've just talked about like Red Bull and your involvement and how they elevate these sports, you know, through these niche sports. Red Bull clearly want to get involved with, obviously they're involved with Hyrox, but I see the option there of like a Red Bull WFP link up could really be what elevates them as that niche sport that you said being about.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
I think Red Bull coming in anywhere that has that capability, because they just have a mindset. It's like, it's so incredible to see like how they approach media and production, and how they create narrative and storylines. It's something that I've only ever experienced with them, and I don't see replicated very often anywhere else, because they are the people who can do it so well.
I've watched stuff that I've never even heard of before when you see it on like Red Bull social media channels, because they know how to put out like good media content. I'm not sitting watching like, you know, barrel racing or, you know, just like anything, because it's like, what the fuck is this? Like they do know how to capture people's attention.
And a great example of that is the Olympics. Like you can sit for a month of telly
and watch Olympics.
And watch the Olympic sports you've never done before, especially like breakdancing. But like, you'll sit there, and what the beauty of the Olympic broadcasts are is that it will explain it, even though you might be you might be watching at home. Like, CrossFitters will know what a clean and jerk and a snatch is. But as soon as the weightlifters come on stage, they start snatching. They will talk, like we said about Garrett did at the games. They will talk in a way that they will be talking for the every man and every woman, explaining what's going on, explaining the regulations, why they haven't been repped, that kind of thing, but in a way that can still be good enough for people that already know the sport. And I think that's potentially what could be a good addition to.
And it's such a skill to be able to do that. Like, the people who do that are so incredible. Like, I mean, I've got a long way to go in my career before I'm that good at it. But yeah, I think we used to speak about it a lot with downhill mountain biking, because that's super easy to understand, right? You know, it's terrifying to watch. They throw themselves off a hill, and you hope they make it to the bottom in one piece, and you got to do it in the fastest time. But regularly said, if this gets turned on in the pub, what is telling the sport to that audience? You know, how are we explaining in every, because a human's attention span nowadays with the advent of social media is 3 seconds. So in 3 seconds, and every 3 seconds of that broadcast, are you capturing something, or are you getting someone to stay in there and watch the next 3 seconds, next 6 seconds? I'm sure it's a bit more than 3 seconds when it's on a television, as opposed to like a small screen. But like, how do you constantly capture?
And this is the thing. So Sean says it's only 4 years, but what the Olympics is basically doing, it's a selling tool for the sports. So the following year after the Olympics every year, the attendance rates, bums on seats at sports, and also viewership of world champs and national champs, they skyrocket. So it's a selling task for the different sports to make sure that they get the best commentators in. But yeah, so that's what makes the Olympics special for a lot of people. And Lauren, your husband's probably a bit hungry.
Yeah, no, he's sat on the sofa over there, just like in the dark.
All right.
Yeah, he's already like, is it dinner time yet?
I know what a man's like when he's hungry. My husband.
Someone's just asked who's my favorite downhill racer, though, and I feel like I need to. It's going to be tight, because there's a lot of epic ones, but I'm going to put Miriam Nicole from France is incredible. Tani Seagrave, Loic Bruni, and Laurie Greenland, 2 Frenchies, 2 Brits. They're all
David normally has a
Piron,
photo of him sitting beside a
Danny
bike.
Hart's also great. Oh, I just love them all. They're all great. They're all fabulous people. So
Danny Hart's the only name that I knew there.
No,
Danny Hart's good. Danny Hart's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, they're just Lauren, good dudes.
We've covered a lot tonight,
but hardly anything as well.
But hardly anything.
No, I know, right?
And but that's a good way. That's a good way to be. I think we've covered a lot, but hardly anything. But I'm hoping. Like, yeah, exactly.
That's what we want it to feel like, and hopefully you'll come back on.
Yeah. But
because I want to talk more about Hyrox.
My last thing I was going to ask you was, are you going to be going to Coaches Conference in London at Twickenham?
It literally, like, me and Henrik chat every year about going to Coaches Conference, and every year it falls on a date where, because I have 2 contracts that I am booked for the year, and every year the London one falls on one of those contracted dates that I can't get out of. But if it lines up, absolutely I will be there, because
awesome.
will.
That's
Because
great.
we will
I've
both be
said it.
there.
I've tried for the last 3 years, so I will.
Yeah.
Or 2 years.
Yeah, no. So I was going to say we can corner you. We can have a chat in person there. Both your night and the rugby's obviously on, so we're going to be able to watch the South Africa Argentina match.
That's
they're
part of your
cool.
ticket.
It's part of the ticket.
That
You
is
get
cool.
between 2 and 4 on Saturday. We get to just walk out from the conference centre, go up the steps, watch in a special sectioned off area of Twickenham, and then go back.
That's sick. I actually just got an email about that 3 days ago and whether I was available to host it. And I don't know if I am.
No way.
If I am,
amazing.
you know what? I don't need to host anything. I'm going to come and have a few beers with the boys.
Exactly.
Sounds way more fun.
Exactly. No, exactly.
I could do the fan village, or I can have some beers and hang out with CrossFit people.
Exactly. Bit of both, eh? Bit of both. But yeah, cool. All right, well, Lauren, we won't keep any longer, and we don't want you. God, I was about to say something really fucking chauvinistic. Then I was going to say we don't want you out of the kitchen. We don't want you out of the kitchen for much longer.
I'm not cooking the dinner, Jake.
I thought you were. Dinner. I'm so sorry.
Last question. What are you having for dinner?
Those are some serious gender stereotypes you have in your household.
Last question. What are you having for dinner?
What are we having for dinner, babe? We have got chicken skewers, pork skewers.
I can hear.
Salad and.
Are you having a barbecue?
Some potatoes. No. We just chicken and salad's the go-to. Just it's chicken salad with a different type of carbohydrate, like every day.
There we go.
Nice, excellent. Well, go and enjoy that, Lauren. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
No, it's nice to meet you guys properly.
Good. And if you do get a chance to come to Coaches Conference, we'd love to see that. And was there any chance you're going to Rogue this year?
We'll find out.
Okay, cool. All right. Well,
we're still waiting to find out, so maybe we'll see you there.
Yeah,
we maybe might see you there.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
That's Lauren. Thank you so much.
Cheers, Lauren. Bye. There we go.
Hello.
The chat was not behaving.
How cool is Lauren?
Lauren's cool. She's still here. She's taking in all the compliments.
Oh, she's still down there. All right.
Yeah, she's still down there.
Yeah.
She should be making the bloody dinner by now. Her husband's waiting. Yeah, she's so easy to talk to. Yeah.
Well, you can see why she's in the job that she is.
Exactly. Like we didn't I'm saying we didn't even cover half the stuff she's done, because she was like sideline reporter for like 2023, 2024, like semis and at the games. She's done, I don't know how many Elite 15 events. She's done like tons of stuff. You can see. Do you know what? I don't really drink Red Bull. I'm a Monster loyalist, specifically pink Rosa. And I could go and show you. I've literally got a crate of about 100 tins, no further than 10 feet away from me.
If I have a can of Monster,
there we go.
This is how I feel.
And into the kitchen.
This is how I feel if I have a can of Monster.
She does have a great voice.
Yeah.
She's probably the only person from Birmingham that has a great voice. Jeffro, don't apologize. We ignore
whatever you want. We don't care. We're out of it. We're good. So I did Miko today.
I did start a couple of comments. I can't. I wanted to pull this one up. Lol, you bitches fighting here also get a life, losers. But then I like that was a great question by CrossFit.
Yeah, very good.
And I knew that she had that agency, which is cool. I wanted to actually ask her who she represents. I'm sure she represents Lauren Weeks.
Okay, cool.
It's Lauren Weeks' program I'm following at the moment. She's a 4 times regionals athlete.
Not 5.
And the guy that writes that programming, I'm pretty sure he's an L4.
Okay.
So he's like it's like CrossFit program basically, but it's just got a ton of fucking aerobic work as well on top of it. There's like a 40 to 90 minute aerobic workout every single day, plus the rest of the program. But they set it out so like they tell you Mondays and Thursdays, like pretty much just do the aerobic piece. Don't do everything else unless you're someone that's like a full-time athlete.
Yeah.
And then they always suggest taking 2 rest days a week.
Right.
So basically the program's there. You can kind of like work it like how you want. And I've seen a lot of the proven Hyrox work. I've seen that program and it's cool. Pretty similar to what Hybrid Engine is.
So
they don't. Well, I don't know.
Worry about that.
I don't know if you. It's basically like CrossFit. You have to be affiliated with them, so you're paying your affiliated fee to use the word Hyrox, just like CrossFit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll see them all advertising hybrid.
Yeah,
which I fucking hate that term.
So we've got a couple of gyms on the island that are run by people that don't ever go off the island, that are like PTs from the 1990s, but started advertising Hyrox classes.
You can't do it.
And I spoke to them. Like I said to them,
it's the Hybrid Engine program. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you mean online? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm currently following.
Yeah, on like the thing, like as a trainer, I can say that I coach and I program CrossFit.
Yeah, you can say that you can program.
I'm a CrossFit trainer, and therefore, but the gym and an establishment and a business can't say that they are coaching, teaching CrossFit or use the name. I know CrossFit knows this already, so I'm preaching to the choir here. But I'm thinking about the relatability to Hyrox. I don't know if Hyrox have the same stipulations, but there was a couple of gyms on the island that we spoke to, and they said, oh, we thought it was just a type of class. They didn't know it was a fucking business. They didn't know it was an event. They just thought it was like functional fitness stations and stuff like that. So they've started calling it Hyrox style or hybrid style of sessions and stuff.
I don't even think you could say Hyrox style, could you?
I don't know. And
like you couldn't advertise. Like I couldn't. Well, I could say I'm coaching CrossFit because I've got my L1 still. But if I wasn't, I couldn't put up. I know a guy. He actually coached in the space above where I coached. He wasn't part of that gym, but he rented out the space and he advertised CrossFit classes, and he would hashtag CrossFit. And I know that they sent him a cease and desist, and he's a nobody.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, apologies, but you are. And he got a cease and desist because he asked me why he messaged me and says, "Oh, why did he get a cease and desist?" I was like, "Dude, you can't hashtag CrossFit in all your classes, and you're advertising CrossFit, and you're not an affiliate."
Yeah. So yeah, it's a tricky one.
Yes, CrossFit. I'm doing a Hyrox program for how long? I don't know.
Oh, do you know what I just realized?
It's not. I'll pull it up, right? Well, I have pulled it up. But this is what it looks like. What's the date today?
21st. Hang on, if I go, this is brilliant.
So let's go back. So we'll go to this week's.
I can do the laziest podcast of all time. Hang on.
21st. I've not looked at today's. But Thursday, as I'm saying, Monday and a Thursday, they suggest that you just do the mono piece, which is 5 rounds. So 3 minutes ski, 12 burpee to plate, 3 minute row, 24 reps, kettlebell swing, 5 rounds. But what else have they got? That's active. I hate that active recovery.
It actually did. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Well, I'm not looking at the thing way.
I had a lady called Gretchen Kittelberger on the show on a few weeks ago, and that was her job. She used to go after people.
Yeah.
She was in the legal team. She got when she was on. She said she made a comment about that she got fired like a year before the media team, so it wasn't the media team that were the first ones to get fired.
Okay.
But yeah.
But here you go. This is the day.
It's so that would be
your. Yeah, but they'll tell you to pick either do the mono or do like this. So this would be, that's like your GPP, then you've got your strength, and then like extra credit. So if I didn't do the mono, I would literally be doing five rounds of this. Time cap would be 32, do my bench press, and then 3 rounds of 200 meter run, 15 reps GHD setup. That would be today. or you do that. One or the other.
Do you think I should be doing that amount of volume?
No,
really, in reality,
not for what we're doing.
right? Because I'm getting worried because I don't do any of that.
I think you should be able to run for the length of time that we want to complete the race.
Fucking hell, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
dear.
if you were like the likes of, I'll be doing a solo 2 weeks before we do the pro doubles, and ideally I want to go sub 90 just to fucking shut Heidi up.
Okay. 90 minutes.
I want to go I'll go sub 90 for my solo.
Oh,
I did.
right, okay.
Yeah. I think for our pro doubles, we want to be going
Couples.
couples. I think for our couples Hyrox, we want to be going, given that it's pro, sub 80.
Right.
I've done a doubles in 71 minutes.
71, okay. Do you know a funny thing, and this is for the chat as well? The first time
Matt, I don't think he has started running yet.
I did a little bit.
He hasn't. He's lying. He hasn't. He hasn't.
I did a Hyrox class on Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And there was 500-meter runs involved. It was like 8 lots of. It was basically not half of an actual Hyrox, but half the volume of running, with stations in between. I'm actually. If you run to the toilet, I'm not too bad at running. It just.
Well, you used to play a lot of football, didn't you?
Yeah, and whenever it comes up on the
bodybuilding,
whenever it comes up in the programming, I'm keeping up with sort of not the top boys in the gym, but like the best of the second tier. Like I'm keeping up with them with running, and I do no running. Let's go, Bosch.
Slater, you didn't get the boot. Everybody did.
From what? Oh, the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What are we talking about? Yeah. So I did Miko's triangle. I'm doing Miko once a week, but I'm doing it as a square. And in the rest minute, I'm doing a lift of some description. So I was doing 13 calories every minute. So row, ski, bike, and then 13 reps of bench at body weight, so at 95 kilo, in the 4th minute. So I did 10 rounds of that basically as an EMOM.
Nice.
I find Miko is a really underutilized tool for capacity, like for aerobic work for CrossFitters.
That's a good question. Isn't that decreasing the intensity of it all?
The calorie number, yeah. But each week I add a calorie. So next week I'll do like 14 calories and gradually phase out the bench so that I need that rest minute. But like it's sort of my active recovery day. So I do 2 other aerobic days that are really high intensity at the moment. But the other thing is I've got my power meet in just over 2 weeks. So I'm doing full power.
I've got hybrid games in I don't know how long actually. I'll tell you.
Oh, and also whilst John's finding that out, because I'm in 30 days.
30 days. 30 days I've got hybrid games, 45 Glasgow half marathon, 52 Hyrox in Poland, and then 63 days until we do our couples.
Yes, it's 6 weeks. It's 6, just under 8 weeks, isn't it? 9 weeks, just under 9 weeks. Yeah. So in the M1 category, which I am, 40 to 49, in the 93 kilo weight category,
you've probably got a good chance of qualifying for
English.
But yeah.
So I've got
English.
I say only, but I've got to hit a 535 total. So I hit 190 squat yesterday. for a double. So I know I can hit 190. 130, I hit for a triple 2 count bench the other day. So if I go for 130, and then I just need a 215 deadlift. So, and they're all numbers that I can hit most days in the gym. So if I go for 190, 130, 215, that's me done.
And that's something that you'd be able to just like. That's not like that's
training.
fine. And I was going to say you just get that, you get those numbers, and then you can worry about English after.
And
at your QT. And what's the because I know a lot of stuff changed at IPF.
Yeah.
Do you just have to hit the QT numbers? Because I know there's a lot of times that even if you hit the QT, they're only taking a certain amount of people now.
So power in the masters, you're fine. Like there's not many people hitting the numbers, but the second one is the English weightlifting masters champs is on at FitFest and the seniors in Birmingham in December, first weekend, and British weightlifting doing an online qualifier in September, the week after the powerlifting meet, where you can do an online qualifier, and to qualify for that in the M2, is it M2 40 to 44? I think 35 to 39 is classified as M1. So in the 40 to 44, I've got to hit a 185 total to qualify for English across snatch and clean and jerk. So all I'd have to hit is an 85 and 100, which is fucking like
that's easy. Yeah,
it's easy, but also, but your point is with that, they will be inundated with blokes hitting those numbers. So with the weightlifting side of it, I will have to do more than 185.
More than what's required. Yeah,
I'll get a 200 or something just to, because they get a lot of guys that will do the 190 probably. But that would be pretty cool.
What could you snatch at the moment?
90 power. Like I'm not fucking full. I'm not squatting a snatch at the moment. My knees feel really good, and also I don't want to mess them up for Hyrox. This was the other thing. I find when I'm doing a lot of volume of double unders, lunging, plyo work,
it's the lunging that fucks me up.
Yeah, my knees get trashed and fill up with fluid, and then I won't be able to run. So I need to just make sure that I'm just ticking boxes at this point. And if I do qualify for English power, which is in February, and if I qualify for English weightlifting in December, I will have a 6-month block. But then obviously the Open's in February. So I've got a lot to kind of, now that I'm 40, doors have opened up that I've been waiting for. The only one is CrossFit that I'm shit at for 40. So we'll see.
It's funny that in powerlifting, you can be like you are really strong, but the numbers for that under 40-year-olds are fucking mental these days.
Yeah. And so the Manx Champs that's in 2 weeks, there's a junior 21-year-old, obviously you've got to be under 23 for junior, 21-year-old in my weight category in 93. He's got a total of 770.
Matt, that's when I'm going back to powerlifting. I'm in my 50s because they're all weak as fuck.
Yeah.
As long as I can stay healthy, I'll come back.
That's what I love about power. Like a back squat, you can just take your time on the way down. You don't have to do plyo, do you? That's the difference. That's why weightlifting just drops off after 35. No, you just What's Grant asked? Who should I go against the next workout battle? Can't think of anyone whatsoever. I mean, take your pick, Grant. I thought weren't we going to do a 400 meter, like 3 lots of 400 between Grant and Sean?
That'd be excellent.
That'd be awesome. Go to a track. Do you know what I'd love? To get more than 2 people at a track. Like have fucking.
Well, Claire Bays owes us another workout.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, just 400.
I would love to get Claire Bays versus. I was going to say Lauren Khalil, but I think I'd rather get her against Heidi.
Heidi needs to come back on. I like the thing is that
that's thanks for saying that, David, because you'll not be privy to this, but Grant versus Brianna at a 2K row.
Fucking hell, that's
or even getting Sean coach, but it's a man via woman, so Grant's got the kind of upper hand there, but Brianna's a rowing coach.
But Sean,
she should smash him.
Do you remember Sean said a 2K row's easy? Remember that?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So Sean can get involved. Can if we could have like we can have
not fair. In what way do you? I think Bree would win in the 2K row.
Oh, I'd love that.
Okay, 5K. Cool. Look, we'll do a 5K because then we can just sit and chill for 20 minutes.
John, have you ever done a 5K row?
He said he has.
Fuck's sake. Do you know what? I would absolutely love to have like 4 people.
There we go. £100 to the winner.
$100 to the winner. Jeffro.
If Jeffro is serious and puts $100 to the winner, I'll match it and do 100 as well.
If we like, so what?
I'll write it off as I'll put it down as a business expense.
A 2K. A 2K. Yeah.
Well, Brianna wants a 5K. Longer the better for her, obviously.
If she's a rower, 2K is her domain. She's hoping for a breakdown between the power because obviously 2K, but 2K's still shit. 2K's I would probably argue 2K's worse because of the intensity level. Now if we're talking ski, I would probably
hammer her at a ski. Just
I would absolutely bury Grant at a ski. Like he could train for 2 years and I'd beat him.
Yeah, we know you can, but I get him and Brianna, 5'5" female.
So here's the thing, right? I would love that, but it needs to be properly planned. No one pulling out.
No jiggery pokery.
Yeah, no jiggery pokery. It needs solid confirmation, public confirmation that they are going for it, and we can have up to 8 people on the channel at once on here, and there's 2 of us, so we'd need up to 6 people. I would love to get a full board of 6 people doing a 2K. Something simple like a 2K row that'd be awesome. It just needs to be simple.
I'll honestly match that as well. So
yeah,
we could make that happen.
Oh man, drop the shirt on this. Who did we talk about on this channel?
That was Pool Boy, wasn't it? If you fucking put the shirt over his fucking damper, fucking moron.
What a knobhead.
And he's an experienced athlete, and he was like, "What's wrong with my rower?" It's like, it's your fucking shirt, dude. Heidi will do 1.8K. It needs to be
2K because 2K, for anyone that doesn't know, 2K is the standard set row distance for rowing on the water. So rowing clubs consistently do 2Ks, and it's not unknown for them to do 10 knots of 2K in rowing sessions. They are fucking 10K. Animals. 10K.
Do you know who's a fucking animal at the row machine? Is Mark McQueen. Do you remember when Savan had Mark McQueen on? The guy I suggest, he was the world powerlifting champion. Now he does BJJ.
Yeah.
He will pull consistent like 500s in like 125, and then he'll take like 60-second rest, pull another 125, and he'll do like 10-20 rounds of that.
Well, we wanted to get Big Phil on, didn't we?
But he never replied. I've got a list as long as my arm of people that haven't replied to us. But we do have Facundo coming on.
Yeah.
This channel has actually got a fucking great week. Let me pull up.
Oh fuck! What's the time?
We've still got half an hour.
Okay.
It'd be funny if we just didn't come off.
Yeah.
We wouldn't do that though.
No, we'd never do that. Garrett and Colleen have got. Who they got? Bella Martin.
Will Plummer. Will Plummer
Plummer
tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got who's coming up this week? Will Plummer. This guy, Matassian. He did sitting in CrossFit Media, I believe.
All right.
He's really short, good looking, good at pull-ups.
He looks Jewish. Is he Jewish?
Something like that.
Cool.
Bella Martin.
Yeah.
Is Bella Martin? She's a CrossFit athlete. Yeah.
Just look at that, though. Look at that. You've got Hobart, Smith, Matosian, Plummer, Martin, and then what? And then Facundo. I need to practice his surname.
Do you like the Facundo?
I love it. It's great. It's well put together.
He's holding the placard. Look, CrossFit Games outside the box placard.
Oh, and the Coaches Congress thing at the bottom.
Yeah, put that in. I'm not sure if we're allowed to use that, but I put it in anyway.
Yeah, why not?
We're giving away tickets, so surely.
Chocolats.
I'm not sure.
Chocolate.
Just calling him Facundo.
Joe, I've got an Argentinian mate at the gym. I'll ask him.
Listen to Jeff. Oh, that's not the one. I was trying to pull up Jeffro's.
You know, like what film is it where people just have a fight and then they're sorted everything out? It happens all the time.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
No, that wasn't a fight and everyone sorted out. He was pulling out people's throats, wasn't
he? Roadhouse.
Oh.
Bloody hell. Are you okay?
Burning it in Savannah. That's because I drank it in a Monster. And then I opened up a Pepsi Max. And Pepsi Max is the gassiest drink ever.
I've stolen one of Katie's caffeine-free ones.
Caffeine-free. Wow.
Yeah. Heidi's asked me to
why would I stop? Why would I stop drinking Monsters? I fucking love Monsters.
Fuck you too, Matt. Thank you for watching.
What? But as we came on with Lauren, we were telling her about a guy that's fathered 1,000 children.
Yeah. So, do you want me to say it again?
No, well, not that one. But tell the story about the African guy.
Yeah. So this is one of the first things we talked to.
It was the first thing that you brought up.
It was literally the first thing I said to Lauren. Not hello. There's a guy. So my client is African. He's from Zimbabwe. He's lived on the island for 15 years. So he's Manx.
Keeps it beating.
And with his African roots, there's an African band that tour the world, and they came to the island.
No, this is the guy I spoke about, but this guy genuinely is probably just a sperm donator.
So there's this guy, and I can't remember. It's something like the Bongo King or something like that, right? Sounds racist. It's not. He's actually called something like that. But they're an African band that go around the world, and they tour the globe like all year for 11 months of the year, and they go back home for Christmas to Zimbabwe. And he was on the island about a month ago, and my mate was talking to him, and he's got 105 children around the world.
That's nuts, isn't it?
And they're
all, it's around the world, so they're not all in Africa.
No, and they're not all African. They're not all black. So a lot of them are mixed race, but they're mixed different races.
Yeah, because he's obviously touring the world all year, just shagging.
Yeah, so he's got loads of different kids that are like mixed him with different races, which I think is really cool as an experiment.
But do you not think like he's not a father. He's fathered that many kids. Because I need to pull it up. He's not here now.
United Colours of Benetton. Didn't they have an F1 team?
It's taking a turn. I can't imagine being away from Adam, right? I hate even just going away for a couple of days. This guy's back in Africa for 1 month out of the year, and he probably never sees any of his kids.
No.
I can't imagine that.
No.
Like I had to, do you know how I shut off for a wee minute?
Yeah.
It's because I pulled the blinds in here and I could hear the door was banging, and it was Adam because he wanted in to get something.
Right. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, fuck, I need to go. I can't even remember what he wanted out of here, but he wouldn't have. I had to go, otherwise he wouldn't have. Haley was trying to take him back inside, but he wouldn't have gone back inside until he got it.
But yeah, the thing that CrossFit was on about, we did talk about as well as a Dutch guy And
Yeah, that
he's
is.
over 1,000, doesn't he?
Well, there was a documentary about him, was there not? Because once they all turned 18, did they not all start like finding him? And it was like a glitch, not a glitch, obviously, but they were given just all his stuff out, weren't they?
Yeah. Rather than anyone else.
Rather than like anyone. Aye, yeah.
But now all of those kids in that area of Holland, they have to be genetically tested
because otherwise
they might be
be
related
like,
to other people that they're trying to get with. Has anyone watched the Biggest Loser documentary?
Who's Ziggy?
Who's Ziggy? Yeah, Ziggy Stardust.
I thought I looked a bit like Voldemort because I shaved my beard off and then I got my head.
Yeah,
that's it. The fertility. Yeah, no, I don't know what fucking hell. Where's that comment gone? There's it. Yes, that's the guy I was thinking about.
Really?
Yeah, there was a big thing about that.
No.
Yeah, and he fathered. It was like 500 kids he fathered, wasn't it?
Oh man, that's horrible.
Imagine you go in and like you're choosing like because that's what happens. You go through and you choose like a profile, don't you? And then you've just got this fucking fat fucking fertility doctor. It's probably like not a physical specimen at all, and it's like he's just like, I'm just going to spunk into this tube, and that's what you're getting.
But imagine that was how you chose. You look at the vial of stuff and you go, no, not that one.
You smelt it.
Yeah, bit too mushroomy.
No.
Yeah, the Biggest Loser thing. Oh my god!
How about can we both watch it all and then come on and talk about it? Because I've not watched any of it.
Well, I've watched it all.
Oh, fuck off then. Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's really bloody good. Really good.
I was up all night last night. I was going to say I'd do an all night and watch it, but I was up all night last night. So sorry, I burped again. I can't.
Heidi will love that.
I kept it in. I didn't let it out. I love when Saban burps into the mic.
Do you know
I
what?
always rate it.
The great thing is that he does this.
There we go. Like,
blah, blah, blah. He does like blah, 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 like that, and it's the exact burp I do to my kids.
It's got gears, doesn't it? It shifts gears.
Yeah, it's like, blah, 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 like that.
It's like fart.
Yeah.
I love a fart that shifts gears. Did you see? Do you know how I was posting all the videos from my mate on the story for his birthday?
Hang on, I'm just putting up this. There you go. Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, I like the photo. I sent him a video of a video that he sent me during lockdown, and he like lies back on the couch. I'm not going to pull it up, but he lies back on the couch and pulls his legs over his head. I think I actually shared it to you, and he does this massive fart that it sounds like it changes like 3 gears. And I says, "Oh, can I put this on my story?" He was like, fuck off. Do not put that on your story.
Yeah.
But I wish I could. I might ask him if I can play it on the podcast. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Can you not cut it and just like
cut him out of it in that, because his face is the best part.
Yeah.
It's his eyes when he's
face.
like
just zoom in. Zoom in on his face. So Heidi, what do you want to talk about it or not? Oh, you're a wrench.
Did we didn't do that?
I did.
Oh, did you? Okay, I don't even know how to do that.
So if you go to YouTube, the YouTube back office thing, whatever it's called,
switch account. There we go.
Yeah, and then go into the chat. Watch this show live.
Oh, is that how you do it?
And then there's like 3 dots.
Yep, I can see it.
And you can make admin or whatever you want. It just puts people into thingy.
How do I do it? Oh, cool. Moderation, timeouts, reactions. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Gillian Michaels. Do you know the thing, right? So the two presenters on the Biggest Loser. I won't give anything away here. But
you can talk about it. I don't care. I'm only joking.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together, right? I didn't realize that Gillian Michaels, that we know through Slate and CrossFit and being in the world now and online, I didn't realize that was the woman that presented Biggest Loser when it was on. Because I used to watch Biggest Loser in the early days. But I didn't know it was her. I'd completely forgotten. And then she came on screen. And I was like, oh my God, it's Gillian Michaels. But then
she's the one that says it's just a thruster, isn't it?
No.
No, is that not her?
That's Becky Harsh. She's a CrossFit.
Oh, that's who that is. Yeah.
But no, that honestly, you're watching it, and the way that they treated the contestants was fucking awful. Like there's this one scene that sort of that almost breaks your heart. They made them go on these like gymnastics like double bars and see if they can hold on.
How big? And like these people are quite.
They're morbidly obese. They're super morbidly obese, right? And one of them fell off onto the mats, and the camera was like doing this as if it was like an earthquake, and they kept adding like shit like that into it. It's like, fuck me.
They were adding like earthquake like noises and like
noises and stuff like that. It's just like
we had the Biggest Loser in the UK as well, didn't we?
Yeah. It went global in like 2012, I think it was, something like that. But
Pat, most of those people have gained it all back and more.
They've all. It was like something like out of a sample of 20, like 16 of them put more and more back on.
I know that, Matt. Yeah, because they say there's tons of studies that the quicker you lose weight, the higher the chances of you putting it back on. But if you do put it back on, you normally add about 10% onto that.
And Barry, where is he? As I was watching it, I was thinking how incredible it would be if you had a documentary crew, if you could do it, if you could organize it, do a documentary around a group of regular everyday people starting. I know Dale, what's his name, did that thing. Is it Dale King? Did the one about the drug guys?
He did one with the.
But there was Killing the Fat Man, obviously, that Sebi did with Gary Roberts and his Lovins. But the guy presenter, the guy, when he came on now talking like to the cameras, talking head, I didn't recognize him. And then they showed him from when he was on the show, and I was like, oh my God, it's him. He has gone through a complete change. Like, he's not trans. He's just looks very, very. Oh, hello. Holy cheese balls. Hang on. Hey.
Hello.
Hello, Governor. How are you?
I was listening to that as well. Hello, chap.
Hello.
How are you? How are you feeling, Heidi?
Oh, no.
Oh, great signal.
Oh, good. Low signal, Heidi.
Heidi, did you not think of doing your hair for Liv's first day of school?
Apparently not. Sorry.
It might just be the resolution.
Have you? So what's the time? Are you going to pick her up now?
Yeah, I have about a 30-minute drive to get from my job to the school, so heading out to pick her up.
Oh wow! So is it first day at like what do you call it? Is it
first grade?
School? First grade. Oh wow!
So that is elementary school.
That's elementary, my dear Watson.
What we call that primary school.
Well, the place that she's going is like all the grades are in one building because it's such a small town. So it's just called first grade because there's only like 1, 2 classroom. It's all grades up to 12th grader in the same building.
Right. Okay, cool. That's good then. And what was it that you were apprehensive about sending her just because you wouldn't be near to her?
It's just so tough because it's like you're sending her in with a bunch of strangers. She doesn't know any of the kids there. This is the first time she's going to this school. So it's like she's switching schools. And I don't know. I just feel sad thinking about her like trying to find someone to sit at the lunch table with and making new friends. Of course, she's not nervous at all. She doesn't care. She's like, oh, mommy, I'm so excited. I'm going to make new friends and have such a good day. I'm like, yes, you are. And then I get in my car and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but it's not.
So-
It's normal for you to feel like that.
Yeah.
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 So
Heidi, your
that's
signal's
all. I
bad.
mean, yeah. Oh, Christ.
Heidi,
know.
your signal's shit. I'm going to kick you out. We'll speak to you later.
Okay, bye.
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
bye. Bye. Okay, bye.
Yeah, it's totally not natural to feel like that. But kids, they're
Yeah.
going to go in and be fine.
Like I said, that a couple of weeks ago, we went to the beach for the day. Probably. Yeah,
From Lauren Smith to Heidi Kroom.
love it. Two powerful women. What we're talking about?
Heidi could beat a lot of people up.
Heidi could fucking
Not
ruin a lot
me.
of people.
Not me, but
No.
she could beat people up. I'd smash her. Jeremy wants to call in. Jeremy does want to call in.
Deepest wave. Yeah, that's fine, Heidi. You
I
have a
sent
nice journey back. Let us entertain you. Let us tickle you on the way back to the.
I sent Jeremy a really funny meme. Well, it was a video the other day.
Right.
I can't show it on here
Right.
because we'll get in trouble off the ladies, and it might demonetize the show. But all he texted me back was, "What the fuck?" Oh,
That's when you know you've done a good one.
I'm trying to find my DMs with him. I think he might have. No. There we go. It is there. Yeah, he texted me back saying, "What the fuck, bro?"
That's good.
This is. I'll just show you the picture of it. It's this guy.
Oh, the guy that you sent me that.
Yeah. And then you're seeing I've sent him Black Robin Hood as well, but
That's good. Oh, Danny boy's off to Bali next week.
I've seen. Do you know what that says? The video says the caption on it is "Squirt for me, Black Boy." It's a great video.
Oh, can't wait.
Jeremy
That's gonna be
liked it.
amazing. What are we talking about?
Oh, Garrett says, "Just keep going if you guys want. Don't worry about us." Sound.
No,
We're
no.
not worried. We're not worried, but we will get off before 9 o'clock because I need to go to the gym.
What?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I was going to go. I was going to go earlier today, but I got held up doing a lot of work.
Fuck, it's nearly 9 o'clock.
I wasn't sharing a screenshot. I was sharing my DMs with Jeremy.
Oh, this is what I'm going to say earlier.
What?
The first time me and Jon are going to actually meet in person is in a hotel room.
Yeah, we actually will be. We'll be meeting at a hotel room, won't we?
Yep. That'll be. And we're going to go live. We're going to go live from when we go.
Pat, I'll go to the gym fucking any time I want, mate. Sometimes I arrive there at 11 o'clock at night.
It is, Pat.
It will be.
Only if we enjoy it, though.
Squirt for me, Yoni boy. You squirt for me, Trish.
Oh, dear. Deary me.
Jake doesn't do hugs, but
no,
I might film us hugging and put it up on the membership. So if you've not paid, you might not get to see it.
So, CrossFit, I'll let you in on a little secret, shall I? This hotel room was supposed to be for my entire family, and they're not coming anymore. So we've got like a suite between me and Jon.
And that reminds me, I need to cancel my hotel.
Yeah, you do. How do you do handshakes over there? I'm assuming the same way people all over the world do handshakes.
Jake will pull his foreskin over the top of my bell end, my circumcised bell end, and then we'll wiggle.
I'll make sure I clean it first then.
I think Megan, she's in here. I think she asked somewhere. I can't remember where.
Thank you, Megan.
She asked. I can't remember if it was in a comment on our page when we were going to eat a banana. I think I've got one banana left in the house.
Are you kidding, Barry?
No, I am, but Jake's not. It's not very often over here. Pat asked if we were both circumcised.
Oh, no, I'm not. No. Jon opted to as an adult because his willy grew too big for his skin. Yeah.
Not the willy, just the just the bell end.
Just the belly end grew massive, so he had to get it cut off.
It doesn't stop growing until you're 40, apparently.
Really?
No, I'm just making that up.
Mine stopped them.
Yeah.
I'm
Mike
not.
McCass said he had a bigger penis than me today. I said, well, yours is older. Hopefully mine not your age. Mine will have grown. Mine still might have some growing to do.
That's true about Clive, by the way.
Clive Warren.
The guy at the gym. He's
same here. 6 inches, not 6 years old.
Jon never lets medical facts get in the way of a fun story.
Yeah, exactly.
Corey, you did well with Scott earlier. I liked it.
Oh, I tuned in. That was a good podcast.
Yeah. You're all a bit Irish. I'm not. I could pull up my fucking 23andMe. I'll show you what I am.
I'm dying for a piss, so we will need to go in a wee minute.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh my goodness me. I'm glad you brought that up.
That's for Heidi.
I thought you used CM. We use both. We invented both. We'll just do what we want.
I thought you what's CM?
Centimeters.
What are we measuring in centimeters?
I don't know. Lots of things.
If you measure stuff in centimeters, it makes it sound bigger.
Heidi, you're never going to come and meet us. That was a joke about Jon's 6. Yeah. Oh, I see. Right.
I can't remember. I don't even know what I said about 6.
You were talking about stopping at 6 and then cross it. So I thought you centimeters. It was good at the time. But yeah, watch The Biggest Loser thing. It's such a. Oh, and that was it. That was what we were talking about before Heidi ruined it. The guy on there had a massive heart attack in 2017. The presenter, the fit guy, who was the like.
Oh, I know about that.
Yeah, he had a massive heart attack, and it's like, well, these people are super morbidly obese. They're older than you, and they haven't had a heart attack, and they were feeding them fucking caffeine pills, and they were like, it's just, and but towards the end of it, they talk about Ozempic.
Okay.
And they give a Bob, yeah. Peak Gillian though.
What were they talking about Ozempic?
So they were reflecting on it about like the people that were on it. Yeah, Stacker too. Cockatoo. They were talking about like weight loss methods, crash dieting, health, people, that kind of stuff. And
Good question, buddy.
And they were saying, I'll answer that in a minute. And they were saying, like, some of them were saying, I'm not going to use it because I know what happens with these things that crash down and then like, go back up. But I couldn't help but think at the time, one of the guys saying that, he's the perfect candidate for someone that probably would benefit long term from using it as a tool.
Yeah.
But he's been put off it.
Have you seen Mike Israel's stuff about it?
No, I don't even know who that is.
I'll show you him. I'll not watch the video, but he did a few posts on it now about should everybody be taking Ozempic?
Should everyone be taking Ozempic?
He's talking about like not even just like if you're like obese. He's talking about the benefits just for like everyone.
What? I don't need it.
No, like it's too big a topic for me to try and explain in like the next 7 minutes. But I'll send you the video. You can watch it, and then we can talk about it.
I'm so like lucky. I'm very, very fortunate that one, I'm not an addict in any form. I've got no addiction. I'm really fucking boring. And 2, I was never overweight as a kid or growing up. So I've never had to deal with having to lose loads of weight and go through all of that. So, and I think because of that, the whole idea of me using drugs or Ozempic or specifically that, I don't.
We spoke about this already.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? I think that it's a great,
in quite great length, but with retatrutide, that's not.
Who are we talking to about that?
I think it was just me and you. We were talking, and then I can't remember how we got onto that topic, but I started pulling up studies that they were using it for addiction, because they were using it for like drug addiction. They were using it for gambling, all sorts of stuff, because what it does is it breaks that like reward loop that's in the, like, the mechanism that's in the brain. Like, you know, you go and have that type of Ben and Jerry's, you get that, like, that spike of like happy hormones, and then as it comes down, and then you look for it again. But stuff like retatrutide kind of stops that signal from happening.
Because we were talking about, because my dad's OCD.
That is what we were talking about. We were talking about the OCD. Yeah.
I'm sure there was someone out on the show. I mean, I don't know. Probably.
I started speaking about a guy that I knew from a coaching mentorship. He trialed it for a month to show, like, basically to kind of, then he could speak about it. And he noticed the biggest thing that he found surprising was, since he moved to Spain, he drank beers every lunchtime and every evening. And he was like, for the past 30 days, I didn't even notice that I've not had one beer.
Yeah.
And then he looked more into it, and he realized it was the retatrutide that he was taking.
But again, so my dad's on anti-psych medication. He's on antidepressants, all this kind of stuff to just numb the voices that tell him to have obsessive behaviors and OCD. Like I've said before, my mum found him counting the bricks of the house at 2 o'clock in the morning. He started counting at 10 o'clock at night, and he lost count, and he had to start again. So he got a torch out, and he's literally counting the fucking bricks on a house. Well, when you understand what OCD is actually, not I like to clean the fucking plates well. It, like, obsessive compulsive disorder is a fucking nightmare to be around. Like, but the thing is, any tool that you go on,
debilitating.
It is, and any tool that you go on to assist and to subside symptoms needs to be used as a tool to change behaviors and to learn and to actually improve. And Ozempic and all of those medications at the moment, they need to be used as a tool to learn, to change behaviors and to get better, not just as a quick fix to lose a bit of weight for going to fucking Malaga. Like, and
that's the worry, because especially over here, that's what people are doing. They're tricking the system, because you can go and get it out of, like, you know, Superdrug, which would just be like any kind of chemist that you'd find on the high street. And all you have to do is basically put your information in on an online calculator and send a photo of the scales, and then you can go in and get it. So people are obviously just getting people, you know, pushing down on them while they're taking the photo of the scales, and then they can just go in and collect it.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? But then the price has gone up, doubled, isn't it, this week? And
do you know why that is? Because people are getting it, like, they're getting the legit sources, getting it like black market. So now for people to actually get a hold of it, it's just made the need for it way more expensive.
Yeah. TRT, like, we've talked about this extensively, obviously, but
the high street, I don't know what you would call the high street.
Like, we have pharmacy.
Downtown, the mall.
You know, like the main thing. I weighed 205.
Pharmacy.
She asked me if I wanted to take a Ozempic to lose a few pounds. That is fucking mental. But again, we've got a very different. Sorry.
Yeah, they're doing it because they get kickbacks for that, don't they?
Yeah, whereas ours don't. So.
No.
It's the I weighed 205 at last doctor's visit. She then asked me if I wanted to take a Ozempic to lose a few pounds. I couldn't believe it. Like, we fought one of the it's one side of the coin is that because the doctors don't get a lot of money from doing what they do and they don't get kickbacks, they're less likely to give you drugs for the sake of it. On the other side, they don't get a lot of money, so you don't get the best people in the NHS. They go to the private sector because we all obviously have a private sector as well in the UK. If you want to pay money to go private, you can, and guess what? They're the best people. But the NHS,
every surgery I've had, I've gone private.
Yeah. So you've got the option. So you don't have to use the NHS.
Apart from the circumcision.
As to get patched, absolutely not. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a franchise one of today's game, right? Okay. And again, I'm not saying one's better or worse. Like, I don't know.
Anyway,
like
we'll wrap it up. We have.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what we've got on Sunday. Possibly a head-to-head show. Possibly not.
I'd love
Augustus
to. If we can,
is working a lot just now.
Can we?
I really want to facilitate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he bit it off. I want to. I really want to facilitate that rowing workout.
Well, that can be our goal, right? Everyone listening to this and in the chat, and if you're watching this after, not that you would have made it this far,
There's
but
still 15 here.
All 15 of you here, if we can facilitate, if we can get like at least 2 people, 3, ideally 4 or 5 people, if we can get 5 people to commit to doing a 2K row test at the same time, what time would that be roughly on? 7 p.m. for us?
Yeah, 7 p.m. on Sunday. So that would be what they're 5 hours behind.
5 hours. So, right.
Sevi comes on at 3 p.m. So 4 hours after Sevi normally goes.
So, hang on. If I just go, fucking hell. I'm
not going to do this on any other show. I'm only burping tonight.
Yeah, coming to the base.
A few men to DM 3.
GMT.
I'm sure her DMs are full.
Hang on. What's the time now in CST? Time now. So it's currently 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. say Central Time in the US is 3 p.m. It's now 9 p.m. So it'll be 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Central Time. 1 p.m. Central Time is what we need some people do. Are they live now? I thought it was 9:05.
9:05 it will be, yeah. But so we need to go, yeah.
Okay, right. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Peace.
Bye-bye. Stay gay.